Hello, all of you lovely listeners, and welcome to another video here on Lily Budgets. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Lily, and I am so thankful that you have clicked on this video and are here to spend some time with me today. I am a 22-year-old cash budgeter and stuffer, and I'm currently living at home while I save to move out on my own very soon. So if that sounds like content that may interest you, I hope that you consider hitting that subscribe button and sending some support my way. Today, you guys, before we jump into the fun stuff, I did want to have a quick chit chat. Just about some things that I have been feeling lately and struggling with in my budgeting journey, and just things that I really want to make sure that I work on changing for myself. And then once that's out of the way, don't worry, I promise that I will try not to make it too long, but once we are done with that, I will go over my new June budget. I'll show you guys the June budget booklet, and we will fill out my weekly minimum sheet together. And then at the end, so exciting, but I am going to empty out my move out binder and restuff it into the new envelopes that I made for my apartment binder. So this might be a longer video, so grab a snack, get comfy, but also feel free to skip around to the parts that you want to see. I will not be offended if you are only here to watch the budget or only watch the apartment stuffing, I promise. I just want to get this out so I don't lose my mind. Also, you guys, we hit 2,000 subscribers. I cannot believe it. Thank you guys so freaking much. The 2K giveaway will be announced in Tuesday's cash stuffing if you are interested in that, so stay tuned for the next video. But thank you so much. That is just beyond exciting. But speaking of excitement, I am very excited to get into this video, so let's just jump right into it. Basically, you guys, with all of the amazing things that the zero-based budget and, budget by paycheck system has taught me and done for me in terms of savings and financial confidence and understanding, I have also developed a sort of phobia, for lack of a better term, for spending money, specifically on myself and more selfish needs. And it's almost like since I have been able to see the progress that I'm able to make when I don't spend money on myself and just put as much as I can towards savings, I now have such a difficult time budgeting money to be spent. And it's really not allowing me to live as happy and as comfortable of a life as I would like to. I find myself getting stressed very easily. And I know that might sound silly. You might think like it's good that I'm saving so much and I'll be thankful for it later on, which is completely true. And I was able to save over $15,000 in the last year, which I never thought would be possible. And that's with my old income too. But I used to be so flexible with my money and spend it so easily before I started the cash envelope system. And in an attempt to correct that behavior, I made my budget very strict and basically put everything that I could into savings. And just recently, I did start budgeting more for personal things, like I am saving up for photos with my boyfriend and our dogs right now, and I'm also saving up for, we're going to try to go to a football game next season, so I'm very happy that I'm doing that. But I noticed, even just when I was going through my move out savings and figuring out what I can spend on decor and things like that, I realized that of the $5,000 plus that we have saved specifically for the move, only a portion of it was actually saved in a category that was meant to be spent. I really didn't budget enough for spending on things to make the house a home, which I regret. And I realized that I need to be a little more selfish with my money at this point in my life, even if it's just like for this move in this short period of time coming up. But I will be 23 in August and moving in with my boyfriend for the first time. We have 2 dogs and a little family already going on. And as amazing as it is that I have been able to save $1,000 to $2,000 every month, it's not realistic and it's not necessary right now. And I'm currently working 7 days a week on top of my Etsy shop and YouTube channel, which take up most of my nights. And of course, this is not me complaining. It's just me explaining why I feel that moving forward, I need to work on being more comfortable with spending the money that I am earning. Like, it's completely normal and natural to spend money on things like home items and groceries and bills. And I haven't been used to that lately, or for pretty much my whole life, which, again, not complaining, just explaining why this is going to be new to me. And I am not at all saying that I'm going to stop cash stuffing or just go crazy with my spending. But I need to make sure that I am budgeting more for things like food and household items and maybe just some general spending money, so I don't feel so constricted throughout the week and feel like I can't buy something in a store if I see it and I like it. And I am sure that so many budgeters out there have experienced this before, but when you're talking to someone who doesn't cash stuff about how you maybe want to buy an item, but you can't afford it, and they say, well, you have so much cash in your envelopes, just take some out of there. And clearly they may not understand the system all too well, but I mean, they are partially right. Like, no one, like, on one hand, where am I supposed to take it from? Like, emergency savings challenges? It's not like I have $15,000 in cash at my house saved just in an envelope or in one lump sum. I have about $12,000 in a bank account that is not connected to a card whatsoever. It's just in savings and building interest, and the rest is saved for specific things. So it's not like I can just pull a 20 from a random envelope to buy something. And also, because I film my budgets for you guys, you're also holding me accountable. And if I just took money out of the envelopes all willy-nilly, my journey just wouldn't be as consistent as I want it to be. But on the other hand, I really should be putting some money aside for myself. Not savings, not for food or gas, but for me to buy myself something or to get something for my new house and not feel bad about it because the money was specifically designated to be saved. So basically, I need to work on being less strict with my budget and remembering that I am young and that it is more important to enjoy my life right now and be happy and comfortable and make memories than it is to save every penny I can and make sacrifices for savings challenges or to hit unrealistic goals. So with all of that being said, I'm sorry if that was a little rambly, but I am officially moving into Austin's apartment at the end of June. So sometime between the 20th and the 30th of this upcoming month, I will be moving in. And then my name will officially be on the lease when it renews at the end of July. And since we were successful in fully funding our move-out binder, I am going to use this opportunity to take advantage of the funds that I have saved and try my darndest to spend what I need on home decor and things like that that will make my new place feel like home. And I want to make sure I'm stocked up on toiletries and all those extra little things that for a while I hopefully won't have to worry about too much. And I mentioned before, but my mother just has the most incredible eye for home decor. Honestly, if we lived in an area where she could do that for a living, I think she would thrive. But I have a vision for some areas of the house, and she and I are going to take a trip or two to Home Goods, maybe Target, maybe some Walmart, I don't know, and get what we can. And I am so stinking excited. But before we do that, we need to go through what I have in my move out binder and empty it all out and swap over to our new envelopes and add those into my binders and then restuff everything in a way that allows me to still have buffers saved up but also enjoy my time shopping. So quickly, what we're going to do is go through the June budget booklet, and we're going to fill out the weekly minimum sheet for the month of June, and or at least for the first half. And I haven't done a budget with me in a while, so it should be fun. I will not be breaking down the first paycheck of June with you guys because I still don't know exactly how much income I will have to work with, but we will do a monthly budget together so you can sort of see the new structure. So quickly, I am just going to rework this space, zoom you guys in a little bit, and we will get started. Okay, so here is June's budget booklet. This is available on my Etsy, and you may notice that instead of having the links on the home page, I went ahead and added new tabs on the side here so you can get to whatever page you want from whatever page you're on, and it is so much more convenient, and the cover is just more decorative, and I think it is super cute. Also, I zoomed everything out just a little bit so it's not so cramped up on the page, and you can just zoom in. I'll show you guys like the budget breakdown. You can just like zoom in a little bit more, and it's essentially like that's pretty much how it was before, but I just zoomed it out a little bit so there's a little bit extra space around, so it's not so, you know. And also this month, I included the move out savings tracker and the business savings, because a lot of you guys did ask for that. So it is essentially the exact same booklet that I am using. I just have my categories typed in, but of course you can type or write in your own categories. But I love this color palette, you guys. It is easily my favorite color combination so far. My favorite color is green, and this spread just makes me so happy. So, of course, this is the one that you guys will have. This is mine. It just says Lily Budgets on the cover, but everything else is the same except my, categories are automatically typed in here. But for the month of June, I decided to restructure my budget as though I have already moved in, for the most part. So that means that I am going to budget weekly for rent, utilities, toiletries, apartment things like that. So I can get a feel for what it's going to be like when I do actually start paying the new bills. And I am going to budget. I'm not gonna budget for food the way that I will when I'm living there because I don't really need to right now, but I am going to put away rent and utilities and whatever else I need to throughout the month. And then everything that I save for those categories will go straight into my first home envelope at the end of the month. So I'll stop the binders as though I am going to have to pay them, but when we unstuff at the end of the month and do our sinking funds update and things like that, I will put it all into savings for my future home. So I hope that makes sense, and I am super excited to get this practice in before it becomes real. So I am just going to turn the brightness down just a little bit and see if it's hopefully a little bit easier for you guys to see. But we are going to fill out our weekly minimum sheet together. I do have another video on my channel where I go much more into detail about how this sheet works. But essentially, I have this first column here where I have filled out all of the categories that I have the potential to budget for. And then next I have the current balance, the current totals of all of them. And then next, I will put the goal amount that I want in each category at the end of the month. And then next is how much I need to save throughout the month in order to reach that goal. And then I divide that by the number of paychecks that I have in the month, and that is how I find my weekly minimum. It is a lot of random extra steps, but I love filling in charts and doing things like this and organizing. So it's no bother to me. But I am sorry. I know that was a lot, but hopefully it will make more sense as we fill it out together. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit so it's easier to write for you guys. But when I move in, my portion of the rent will be $525. So in order to reach that goal, I have nothing in there now, so I'm going to need to save the full $525, but I am going to divide that by 4. And technically, June is a 5-week month for me, but I'm still going to split my goals between 4 paychecks and just try to use the 5th as extra income. So that means that we have to save a total of $132 every week in order to have my, or as a minimum, of course we can stuff more. I could stuff it up to $150 if I wanted to, or I could stuff the whole thing in 1 week if I was able to. But as a minimum, we need to stuff $132 a week in order to reach the $525 that we need. And then next is utilities. So none of the utilities are included in the new apartment's rent, so I will need to pay my part of all of them. I have no idea what the monthly payments will be, and they apparently fluctuate greatly throughout the year, especially between like summer and winter. There is a drastic difference. So I do have a buffer saved for utilities just in case, but for practice, I am going to budget $200 for utilities, and I don't think that I am going to need $200 in utilities for my first month, but I feel like it's better to save more and have a buffer building up than it is to not have enough. So we will need to save the full $200, and divided by 4 paychecks, that is $50 a week that we need to stuff for utilities. And then my car insurance is $62 a month, and we don't have anything saved for it yet. So we need to save the full $62 divided by 4 paychecks. That is $16 a week. And then my registration, this is due in August, and I am at $135 right now, but I need to hit $200. So I am going to stuff $10 a week for the next month, and then we'll reevaluate once we get to the end of the month. My phone bill is $50, and I need to save all of that, and 50 divided by 4 is 12.5, so we'll round that up to $13 a week minimum to save for my phone bill. And then my annuals category is for my annual Sam's Club membership renewal, and that is $100. It's not due until next February, and I have $70 already. So what I've been doing is I'm not going to set a goal amount for it, but I am going to stuff $5 a week this month, and then once we hit 100, eventually I'm just going to stop stuffing it. But for Best Buy, I am going to try to save $100 for my Best Buy credit card. My minimum payment is like $30, $32 or something like that. So I'm going more. But we do need to save all of that, and between the 4 paychecks, that will be $25 a week. And then for my credit card, I want to save $50, so that'll be $25 for each credit card, and we need to save all of it divided by the 4 paychecks. We did this before, but that will be 12.5 or 13. And then we do have $1,000 saved as a buffer for my student loans. I don't have that on here because I don't necessarily need to, but my goal amount is to have at least 400 in there. We need to save all of it because we're not going to pull from my buffer, and divided by 4, that will be $100 a week. And those are all of my monthly expenses, and then we can move down to my sinking funds. Typically I budget $15 to $20 a week for Franklin. However, his envelope will be turning into Frank and Cedric's envelope, as I will be helping to pay for both of their expenses along with Austin. We'll just be splitting both of them. So I am going to bump this up to $40 a week. I don't set a goal for his envelope, but he does also have a annual vet visit coming up in July. Franklin does. So I'll have to pay for that. But for Austin, I mentioned earlier, but I am saving up to get photos taken together with the dogs in August with Franklin and Cedric. And it'll be right after my birthday, like the day after. So in order to have the full $400 that I need by then, plus a little bit of a tip, I did the math out and I need to stuff a minimum of $28 each week up until then in order to reach that. So that is what I'm going to do here. I'm not going to set a goal. I'm just going to make sure that each week, regardless of what the end amount is, we're stuffing at least $28 a week. And then next is parents. So I'm not going to set a goal at all for parents because my goal for Father's Day was $50 and I'm already at $55. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And if I have extra money that I want to throw in there, I certainly will. For medical, I talked to my parents. We don't have like set number yet, but I am going to save my end goal. I want to have $100 in my medical envelope by the end of the month. So 100 minus the $50 that we currently have means that we need to save another $50. Divided by the 4 paychecks will be a minimum of $13 a week in medical in order to build that up to our goal. And then next is car care. I think I said this in like a couple videos ago, but I think I'm going to slow down on this one. So I'm going to try to reach $400, and we have $375 in there now. So that is $25 throughout the month of June that I want to save, divided by the 4 paychecks, and that is $7 a week. And of course, 7, 14, 21, 28. By the end of the month, we will have more than that. So halfway through the month, I will reevaluate and see if I can lower that at all, especially if throughout the week I stuff more than 7. And that will just lower our weekly minimum. Okay, stop rambling. So I am not going to set a goal or a minimum for pamper or tattoo or gym or gifts, because none of those are priorities. None of those need anything specifically right now. If I have extra money, I might throw it towards those categories, but I'm not going to make sure that they have a weekly minimum. And then for Christmas, we are following my Christmas savings challenge, and we're doing it like we're kind of starting from the end now, skipping around. So I want to make sure we have 4 20s left on my savings challenge. So I'm going to try to stuff $20 each week, and then we can start going down to 15, which will be nice. I'm not going to budget or set a minimum for personal, but travel, we're at $250 right now. I am saving up for the tickets, which are going to be a little under $400. So we're hoping to buy those around August. So I'm going to try to save $100 in here and have this hit $350. And then divided by the 4 paychecks, we'll need to stuff $25 in travel each week in order to reach that $350. And of course, this will be spent once we have the money for the tickets. I'll probably just buy them. So when it comes to my business binder, I don't budget for business like specifically throughout the week, because all of these funds for the most part come from my Etsy income, so or YouTube if we have, a YouTube cash stuffing. So I just use that to stuff my business binder. So from the expected income that I'm getting, like my regular weekly paychecks, I'm not going to set a minimum for it. But for my apartment, I do plan to put away at least $25 a week for toiletry related and household related buffer items. So just in case, if I don't budget enough weekly, I will have something to fall back on. And of course, I will be adding more to my apartment binder as I need it, but I want to make sure that I'm putting at least something away each week specifically for household related items to be spent on toiletry and household related items. And then I will be taking out my dream home envelope or binder in a minute and turning it into my first home envelope instead. So it just sounds a little bit more realistic to me, honestly, and it will be going into my big girl binder as a new savings category. And I want to try to put away, goodness gracious, go away. I want to try to put away $50 a week for dream home, for my first home. And of course, if I cannot do that, I will absolutely adjust it. But I still want to save as much as I can because this is probably my number one priority savings, because hopefully by this time next year, we will have a home to move into. And then normally I would write down an actual goal for my savings category, but this month I am just we've been surpassing it so easily lately, so I am going to try to stuff a minimum of $25 a week. That will give us $100 in savings, hopefully, but I'm going to try to stuff more than that. But my minimum, when I'm basing out my budget from scratch, there's going to be 25 going into savings at least. And then we did complete our Manifest Savings Challenge in May, so we are starting over, but I do not budget. Goodness gracious. I do not budget for this weekly, and then I just stuff what I can. But same with emergency, we put $90 worth of rollover into my wallet. From my wallet into emergency last month. But honestly, I think that $2,600 and even $2,500 is plenty to have in my emergency fund right now. I had a goal of $5,000, but I don't need $5,000 set aside for an emergency right now. Knock on wood, hopefully I don't, but I think that I have enough. So I'm not going to budget weekly for it. I'm not going to set a weekly minimum for it this month and just stuff it as I see fit. And to be honest, we saved $90 in emergency last month, and I might need to spend some of that already today because Cedric chewed through a cord that is to a speaker that does not belong to us. So I'm going to have to go replace that, and I'll probably just pull that out of emergency today and go do that. But that's a side note. And also, if you are new, you may have noticed that I don't have my weekly spending categories on this list, things like gas and food money, and that's because I don't budget for them monthly. I just make sure to under budget myself with my weekly minimums so that when I have my total income for the week and I sit down to budget it out, I have plenty left over, hopefully, for those necessities. And if I don't, I will readjust. But that is the budget, you guys. And I think that this is somewhere around $600 or so. So essentially that just means, or this column is, sorry. So essentially that just means that I need to make a minimum of $597 a week in order to reach my goals, which, God willing, I do typically make that much, so we should be okay there. But again, if we have a low week for whatever reason, we can always adjust the lower priority categories. But I am going to zoom you guys right back out, and I will be right back. Okay, so now we can get into the money part of the video. We are going to take everything out of my move out binder, and I know that so many of you really do like the little dachshund envelopes, and I do too, but they are starting to break and they really just need an update. So I made new ones and I will show you guys. So these are available in my Etsy shop. They've been sitting over in the corner, so they're a little dirty. But I am quickly going to swap out the new ones in my sinking funds binder first. So I'm just gonna set that right there for a second. So in here I have these beautiful, beautiful envelopes from Budget with Amanda. She's always linked down below, and her envelopes as well, and her YouTube channel and her Etsy shop and everything. But instead of ordering new ones, I figured I would just make my own. So we have Mr. Franklin and Austin's envelope. These are both from Budget with Amanda. Beautiful, and I will definitely be saving them. But we will be replacing them with this new one that is Franken said. And then also Austin has a new envelope because I always call him A. When I'm talking to him, I call him Austin, but when I'm like texting him or referring to him and things, I call him A. So I thought it would just be cute, and he's my little ace of hearts, you guys. So I liked that. So I'm just gonna pop that right in there. If you didn't know, I know it's a little messy, but they do just fall right off, but you don't have to like poke all these out individually. You can just like pop them into your binder and it'll just pop right out, you know, if you're in a rush. But that is that. I'm gonna take the money out and the trackers and just swap them over. But this new design is easily my favorite to make. Like, I enjoy making these the most, and I think that they are so cute, and this is my favorite font as well. Not this one, but the other one. So alrighty, this will do it for our sinking funds binder, but I really just wanted to come in here and swap these out because I think that looks so cute. I might have to make new ones of some of my other envelopes in that style because I just think that that looks adorable. And then we are quickly going to go into my big girl binder here, and right on top, should I put them on top? I kind of don't want to, but they are. That's how it is in my thing. I didn't really think that through. That's okay. I'm going to put them back here. Actually, no. I'm going to put them up front. And if I change my mind, I change my mind. Okay. So, we will have a new rent envelope and utilities. Those are so cute. So, I am just... And I thought that they matched this. These envelopes, my car envelopes, are from the Planning Dancer. And I thought that this vinyl matched really well. So... I like that. So let's pop these right in there. And that is how they are looking. So cute. I think that they are adorable. Adorable. All these little stickers that are on my binders, by the way, are from BreezyBudgetShop. She's also always linked down below, her Etsy shop, and then everything that I use, except for these stickers because they were little freebies in an order that I ordered. But anyway, she does do sticker budgeting. I think I said Brianna Life and Budgets, but it is BreezyBudgetShop and then sticky budgeting on YouTube. So anywho, that is it for this. We'll come back to this in just a second, but we are ready. We are going to take everything out of my move out binder, and we are going to give it a count and just triple, quadruple check to see that we have what I think we have, because I think I might have miscounted in my sinking funds update. I don't know. Otherwise, I'm off by $40 from what I should have, but we're going to figure that out right now. So, Dream Home. I'm just going to take it all out, and I'm going to set the trackers over here. So these are all... I don't think I have any ones, so I'm going to just keep those right there. Deposit. Yeah, okay. No, I'm going to do that. There we go. Okay. Problem solving on the fly. And then in rent, We have another placeholder, and then a bunch of moolah. And then toiletries. Oh, I do have ones. Okay, that's okay. I'll just put them back here. And then we have 500 in the bank for furniture, and another 100. Groceries. And utilities. I'm gonna have to make some new trackers. But essentials, take it all out. And U-Haul has 100. And miscellaneous. I did just condense all of these a little bit, so. But that is that, you guys. So I am going to take all of these out. There are a couple docs and envelopes that I am going to be keeping in my apartment binder until I move in, and just I'm going to leave them in the back of the binder, and I'm not going to touch them. And those are deposit, rent, groceries, and yeah, U-Haul. Okay. And then the rest of these envelopes, you guys, say goodbye. You might see them again maybe sometime when I change my mind, and not change my mind, but when I'm ready to move out. But for now, these are gonna go in the drawer. And yeah, so I am just going to put these in here. What order do I want to put them in? Deposit, rent, groceries, and U-Haul. Okay. So these are just going to remain as like a buffer for things to move in. Like I still need my deposit, but I'm not going to need that once I move in. I still need my rent buffer for now, but I'm not going to need these specific envelopes when I move in, if that makes any sense. But we are going to add these new categories right in. So we have a utilities buffer, we have toiletries, we have furniture, decor, essentials, and miscellaneous. And we are just going to pop these right in here. Pop, 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 pop. I love these envelopes so much. I don't have them listed currently like available with the marble, because the marble vinyl has really been giving me difficulties lately. Some of them work fine, but some of them just, the Cricut does not like them. So I'm going to leave these as just the solid vinyl, but I do plan on adding new colors soon. So hopefully. Come on. Get in there. That one did not want to pop out. See how sometimes they're so easy, and then sometimes they just don't want to work. But that, you guys, is the new apartment binder. I am so excited. And now we can restuff them. I am just going to make, I'm just going to make all new trackers. So I'm just going to set those over to the side. We might not have them for a little bit. I do need to restock those, print some more, but yay. So we are going to be stuffing some into our big girl binder in a minute, but we're going to start right here. So what I decided to do is, for my utilities buffer, I am going to leave the $500. I use this one. I'm going to leave this $500 placeholder in here, leave the $500 in the bank that we already had, and then the other $500 I am going to redistribute that throughout the binder. But we're going to leave $500, and then at some point I will probably take that out in cash and just put it into the into the binder here. I'll probably just do that off camera though. And then for toiletries, I am going to keep the full amount that we saved in here. So what is it? 100, 150, 170, 190, 95, 200. I'll do it that way actually. I'm going to take these 5 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this should be 200. 150, 70, 90, 95, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 200. So I'm going to leave this in here as a buffer for toiletries. And when we move in, I'm probably going to want to restock on things like, we'll probably take a trip to Sam's Club and stock up on furniture, toilet paper and Q-tips and bathroom stuff, you know, like body washes and toothpaste, things like that. And then we'll just hopefully have a little stockpile and we won't have to dig into there soon. But anyway, for furniture, I saved $600 for furniture, and what I'm going to do is I am going to keep 500 of it. I am going to pull that from the bank. I'm just going to put this in here for now. Wait, did we count? We didn't count any of it, you guys. I forgot to count it. Hold on. What did we put in here? We have 500 for utilities, 200 for toiletries. Furniture has 500. I'm sorry, you guys. So I'm just going to leave that in there, and then off camera, I'll just transfer it over to my bank account, pull it out in cash, and then I'll use that to go shopping for some new furniture. But before we move on to decor, I am just quickly going to count this because I do want to see how much we have. So we've already put $1,200 into our binder here. And then we have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 still in the bank. Okay, 5,000 in the bank. And then, or technically 6,000, but you know, 5,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7. Oh my goodness, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,000. 6,000. 6,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 7,000. So I'm just gonna. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900. So I will add that. Plus 51, 150. Plus 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, and 100. So, okay, I did miscount, you guys, in my sinking funds update. So I was off by $40 for some reason. I had it down that in May we ended with $9,310, but we actually ended with $9,300. I'm gonna fix that. $9,350. I'll do the math on that later, but that's an extra 40, so that is 9 there. So we actually saved $15,894 last month. Goodness gracious, I need to get my head in the game. So anyway, so with that being said, that is $9,350 that we saved. So of that, I am going to take $650 and put it towards decor, specifically decor, bedding, wall hangings, mirrors, lamps, things like that. Rugs, you know, gonna be expensive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 650. So 650. I'm gonna put that into decor, and I'm going to let myself spend this on home decor. And I am so excited. Okay, I can't be upset if some of this money goes away next month. If we're in the negative next month, I'm moving, and I need to be okay with that. So, with that being said, home essentials, I am going to put $500 in here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 500. And yeah, that's fine. Keep it all in hundreds. And actually, no. I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 400, 450, 470, 490, 95, 500. Gonna give it a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 70, 90, 95, and 500. Perfect. So 500 is in home essentials. We're probably gonna need, honestly, I'm probably gonna take everything in furniture, everything in decor, and everything in essentials all out, and then go shopping. And then go through the receipt and figure out what exactly was spent on what, and then just put everything back. That is the plan as of right now. And then miscellaneous is going to get $500, and I'm gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 450. All right, never mind. I'm gonna do 500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that is that. And then for deposit, I'm still going to keep $525. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 520 and 25. And this is my security deposit that I'm going to give to someone when they move out. So that is that. And then rent, I'm still going to keep my full $1,575 in here. This is 3 months rent as a buffer. So I'm going to take 1,000. I'm going to use this one. I like it better. 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 500, 550, 570, and 575. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50, 75, plus the 1,000. These little placeholders are available in my shop as well. And that is going to go into rent, and then I'm not going to touch this until I need to use it. And then groceries, of the 350 that we saved, I'm going to put 1 to 300 away for groceries. I think that extra 50 will be fine. And for my first big bulk grocery trip, that first week that I move in, I'm still going to budget for groceries, so I'll just pull out of this if I need to. And then U-Haul is going to get this last $100. I still really don't think I'm going to need to rent a U-Haul, but if I do, I want to have a little bit there. And you guys, that is my new apartment binder, all fully stuffed, all fully ready to go. And you know what I just realized, you guys? This is very embarrassing. Very embarrassing. But I didn't make a first home envelope. I didn't make one. I don't know why, but I didn't. So with this $1, 2, 3, $4,000 that we have here, of course it is in placeholders, I am just going to stick this in the back of my big girl binder, and when I get around to making a new one, I will put it in there. But honestly, you guys, by the time I come back to do the cash stuffing on Tuesday for the first paycheck of May, fingers crossed, a lot of this money will be spent. And I know that sounds silly, but I cannot wait to spend money on my new home and just have a good time shopping with my mom. And yeah, but with that being said, that wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. And if you wouldn't mind letting me know by leaving a house emoji in the comments, whichever one you'd like, I would love to thank you personally. But don't forget to check back in on Tuesday. We will start the month of June with our first cash stuffing. Yes, I know that it will still be May, but if you know, you know. But hopefully I will see you guys there. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And the giveaway information will be coming in Tuesday's video. And with that being said, I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day, week, month, year. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.